Hello everyone, my name is Joe, welcome to Genius of Joe. Today guys, we'll be discussing how to find your distinct style for 2025 as a portrait photographer. Before we start guys, I just want to quickly introduce myself. My name is Joe, I'm a professional portrait photographer based in Birmingham, UK, and I strive to help other portrait photographers, oh my voice, like yourself, not only improve but make distinctive work, land more clients, all that type of stuff. So if that's interesting to you guys, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. And once I've gained your trust and you want more personal advice beyond these YouTube videos, top links in the description is my one-to-one portrait photography coaching program. I'll go on calls with you, I'll critique your portrait work, review your portfolio, help you land more clients, have a fun chat about portrait photography basically. So if that's interesting to you guys, top links in the description so you can check it out and learn more. So how do you find your style as a portrait photographer in 2025? Well, it doesn't have to be 2025 or whenever you're watching this video. That's just for the title, the clickbait, you know what I mean, get the views. But in this video, I'm gonna give you some action steps that you can take to get yourself one step closer to finding your style. I'm just gonna say one word: experiment. And now I'm gonna say more than one word: stop shooting the same or similar things over and over again. The amount of portrait photographers that I see and their portfolio is just like the same things over and over again. Like they only shoot female models, for example, or they only shoot in this one location, or they have this very similar or the same lighting technique every time, etc. You might think, isn't that their style though? Well, yes, technically, but the one issue is they're very new to the game, and quite frankly, their work is quite lackluster. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. If you just started out a couple of months ago, you're not gonna be good, and that is okay. But don't start committing to certain ways of shooting when you've only been shooting for a couple of months and you've done like a handful of portrait shoots. Guys, you have to be honest with yourself and ask yourself this question: is my work actually good, or am I actually happy with my work? And if you hesitated, the answer is probably no. So why are you committing to a specific style when you haven't even let yourself experiment with different styles of shooting? And guys, you know what it actually takes to find your style as a photographer, especially a portrait or fashion photographer? Guys, you don't think of these big names, these big portrait photographers or big fashion photographers, and think, oh, they found their style in the first 3 months of shooting. Like, obviously they did not find their style in the first 3 or even 6 months of shooting. They had to experiment with different techniques and finding out what actually calls to them and what they actually like to do when they're shooting. You can see it in their work too. When they first start out, it's quite broad and they try very experimental, they try different things. And as time goes on, their work slowly and naturally becomes quite niche and more specific. Now, obviously you don't have to take years to find your distinctive style as a portrait photographer, because in this video I'm going to give you some tips on how you can find your style in 2025, 2026 or whenever you're watching this video. And that is by setting yourself monthly tasks that you need to complete. And that monthly task is organize at least 3 shoots in the next coming weeks or the next month, and make sure each one of those shoots has a completely different style and way of shooting. And like I say, all my videos, and by the way, if you're new to the channel, check out all my other videos about portrait photography. You'll learn so much about portrait photography and how I improved, but whatever, right? Like I say in all my videos, make sure to think about the story, the theme, the message, the character arc, whatever that you want to tell in your photos. And for those 3 photo shoots, make sure each one of those photo shoots has a different story. And not just that, now start thinking about different lighting techniques, different poses, different types of locations to go to. I can go on forever, guys. So for example, if you always shoot female models in dresses, maybe shoot a female model in a suit or some streetwear, or maybe even shoot a male model. If you always do shoots in a park or in a nature type scenery like this, for example, you want to switch it up and shoot in the city or shoot in an urban area. Just get out your comfort zone. And that is the key to all of this, guys, by getting out of your comfort zone. Another thing I just thought of right now was different camera settings. So maybe you want to shoot slow shutter and have loads of motion blur in your photos, introduce some motion blur. Or if you want to do the opposite and shoot at a faster shutter speed to capture fast motion, like a dancer, for example. And by the way, guys, make sure you plan all your photo shoots. I'll put a video up here where I'll go over how to make the perfect presentation for your portrait shoots, because in my opinion, that is essential for portrait shooting. So you're a portrait photographer and want to start working and collaborating with actual models, and sick and tired of shooting your friends and your family that don't even know how to pose in front of a camera. Well guys, luckily for you, I just released my free masterclass/video course where I go over my 3 personal methods that I like to use to find models to shoot with. So guys, if you want this guide, all you need to do is click my link below, which is my website, check it out and learn more. You may be thinking right now in your head, I don't think I like the sound of that. Well, first thing guys, those are just examples that you can use. I'm not, you have to use those specific examples, but also, how do you know you don't like it if you haven't tried it yet? You may love slow shutter speed. You may actually quite like shooting in a city center, or you may like shooting a male model or whatever. Just try it. And in my opinion, you will never improve and find your distinctive style as a portrait photographer if you just stick to one way of shooting and never experiment and go beyond that. Even today, I still experiment with different types of different ways of shooting. Yeah, I do a specific way of like how I like to compose my images and stuff like that, but I always experiment with different lighting techniques, different locations, different outfits, all that type of stuff. And by all means, you don't have to change all the ways that you like to shoot in all of your photo shoots. You could always stick to a very specific thing that you like to do. So for example, with me, I like to stick to tighter focal lengths. I like to shoot at those 50 mils, those 85 mils, 100 mils. I like to shoot at that focal length. So I like to stick to that, but I still experiment with different lighting techniques, different stories, different locations I want to shoot in, again, etc. Another bonus tip before you end the video is exposing yourself to all types of inspiration. So what you should do is follow as many portrait and fashion photographers on social media. So on Instagram, on YouTube, all these apps, whatever, Pinterest or whatever. Because for example, with me, on my Instagram, 90% of my explore page is just fashion photography work. Photographers that I already know or photographers that I have never seen before. And I always get, or sometimes I always get that little inspiration from that. Like I see a little photo shoot and I get exposed to a new way of shooting, a new way of color grading, composition, maybe camera settings, a lighting technique, all that type of stuff. And I may incorporate that into my next photo shoot. And that's another idea for another photo shoot as inspiration, as a new style that I may like. So to recap the video, don't stick to one way of shooting. Make sure you experiment with all types of stuff on all of your photo shoots. By all means, don't change everything on your photo shoot. Even if it's just one or two major changes and differences in each photo shoot, that is great, because I promise you guys, if you do this and set that task of doing 3 photo shoots, each shoot has a different theme, different story, different pose idea, different outfit, whatever, doing that, and I promise you guys, if you do that, you'll find something that calls to you, and that may be something that you want to commit to for the rest of your portrait photography career. And also don't forget to follow a bunch of photographers online, of course, right? Anyway guys, that's it for the video. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys found this useful. I hope you guys learned a lot from this. Of course, you should learn a lot from all my videos. I hope you guys do. Comment down below if you learned a lot from this video and incorporate this little fucking technique that I just told you to do. And like I said in the intro, guys, don't forget to check out my coaching program, which is linked below, top links in the description. And I'll just give you personal advice about your portrait photography, and I will do everything in my power to help you. And also, guys, I've been talking about lighting techniques and trying out different things like that. Guys, I have my portrait lighting course, which is linked below, where I'll go over all the basics of portrait lighting. So if you're right now struggling with how to light your models, you have no idea about lighting and what the fuck to do if you're in a studio, guys, this course is definitely for you. So top links, no, not top link, but links in the description below, you can check it out and learn more. And also don't forget to check out my free masterclass on how to find models to shoot with. Guys, that will help you find models to shoot with, start building your portfolio, get some experience with knowing how to shoot models and those methods that I like to use to find models to shoot with and collaborate with. So that course is definitely for you, or masterclass is definitely for you if you want to check that out. Anyway guys, that is it for the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, click on any of these videos here to learn more about portrait photography, and I'll see you next time guys. Goodbye.